Hello, hello, you beautiful soul. So, I had a really beautiful message coming through today for a collective who is learning, like really truly learning how to regulate their systems, right? Like I was seeing mental, emotional, physical regulation, right? Nervous system regulation, mental um policing, right? And emotional regulation. I was feeling that this is a collective who has learned all of these things through experience. I was getting that this is a collective who has experienced a lot of what doesn't feel safe for your body, right? You have experienced a lack of support, right? A lack of empathy, a lack of modeling um, of what is safe and what is healthy. And I was getting this energy of being self-made, right? Like being self-made, being so incredibly brilliant at observing and recognizing what is and what isn't, right? What feels good in your body and what doesn't, right? And discovering what it is that ignites those feelings, right? I was getting that this is a collective who likely learned from an early age how to disassociate with their body and even maybe with their mental, like, chatter, like mind chatter, or even just like telepathic um, or psychic communications, and just really like kind of separated themselves from that part of themselves is what I was seeing, like at an early age, like really. mm, this is heavy energy. So learning how to, or not learning, it was almost like a survival skill, right? Or even people pleasing, I was getting this energy too, but learning how to navigate through your experience and protect yourself. Like I was feeling that this is a collective who is so reliant on self and always has been, but still didn't quite understand the power of their strength. And it sounds wild, right? Like it sounds wild to know how strong you are, to be the one that protects, that provides safety for not only like yourself but the others around you. I was feeling that this is a collective who likely felt responsible for the people in their lives from an early age, right? Like I was feeling that you probably were the emotional support for the adults in your lives because the adults in your lives never learned how to regulate their emotions or find healthy connections with people to talk to, right? Or um, mental things like mental instability, not being modeled of healthy thought processes and having a healthy mentality and outlook on life, and even physical habits, right? Taking care of the physical body. Maybe it wasn't modeled to you how to provide safety and health for your vessel, right? For your human body. And so I was getting this energy, that you have learned all of these things through experience of what isn't, learning what isn't support, learning what isn't regulation, learning what doesn't make you feel safe in your body, the energies, right? I'm feeling that this is a collective who has likely always felt energies. Um, Whether you had a way of explaining it or not, whether you thought that other people experience this or not, um, this is a collective who has been very, very sensitive to their environment. And I'm just seeing a collective who has always been the support system, support in places that it wouldn't typically be your responsibility. And while that is true, like spirit's telling me that this is like a soul thing, right? Like, yes, in your life, you were put into positions that weren't yours in that dynamic, right? Or you picked up responsibilities, you picked up things that weren't yours to carry. But these things were like soul agreements, I guess is what spirit's saying, like a soul contract, if that's, you know, the term that you want to use. Um, an agreement to carry some of these things so that you could learn and remember your strength, right? Like you learned how to depend on yourself so much. Like I'm seeing such a heavy imbalance of a lack of support in your life, right? I was seeing such a heavy imbalance, like every which way that resistance could be um pushing against you, your walk, your path. Like I'm seeing a collective, and I'm literally even seeing two people right now because it's windy as like crazy right now. Two people walking against the wind. That's so funny that I was like seeing that, and I look up and see this gust of wind come, and both of like this girl's long hair just was like and but I'm seeing like a collective of souls who have really just had to push against all kinds of resistance and learn to walk on their own, right? And this was so important for your journey and for your mission here, because whatever it is that you are working on doing, like practicing, you know what it is. Whatever it is that you're doing, your thing. And it could be multiple things. For many of you, it is probably multiple things because I know this is a collective that has multiple talents. Like I'm not even talking about triple threat like energy. I'm talking about like 12 different dimensions, right? Like this is a collective who has so many different skills, but that's beside the point. Whatever it is that you were doing, you had to be able to learn to do it and stand in your power, right? It's it's not just like all for nothing. It's all very, very important because you have to have the inner strength to go against opposition on purpose. Not just because you're placed, in an environment where there are just opposing forces coming at you. I'm talking about you being able to go or speak or do or whatever it is that you feel so led to do, um, with confidence in yourself, right? And that knowing there's nothing. I'm seeing like such strength that and it's giving me like buffalo energy, just like I'm talking walking full, just like power into the opposing forces. And you've gotten so strong that you can speak to anybody, right? But then it's the nervous system regulation that comes in, because you want to be productive, right? Like, you don't want to get triggered and lose your grounding, right? Um, you want to be able to productively add to a discussion, right? Like, this isn't a collective who is into arguing, right? Like, you're not going to sit here and throw your energy back and forth in some type of power struggle to have control or to be right. It's like, that what is the truth. And you have such a strong I just looked up and saw 1111. You have such a strong connection to the divine, to source. And and uh and so it's not that you're trying to change anybody's mind, and nobody can change your mind either, right? That doesn't mean that you're not still willing to learn or to see from different perspectives, right? Because that's the most important thing, is that we are all just different perspectives of the divine, and we express ourselves in whichever way we do, right? Consciously, subconsciously. But we all hold this very divine and unique perspective. And so, yeah, you can totally talk to people and add more perspective and like really round yourself out as far as understanding different angles. But I was just getting this energy that you're so solid and rooted and grounded in your truth and in your divinity and your sovereignty, that um that you can willingly speak, do whatever you feel so led to do by spirit, with confidence and grace, right? And plant the seeds, make the impact without force, right? Like, so much flow. And I was seeing for some of you, especially if you're making it to like this part, I was seeing some of you aligning yourselves with the support that you truly deserve, right? So much of this was about you learning how to feel safe in your body and feel um, more balanced and grounded in your energies, right? Like, this this is for a collective who has been doing the work, the integration work, right? The shadow work, the um, really being reflective and, on their experience, on themselves. And uh, so I'm just seeing a, so many people that are aligning with the support that they truly deserve. Because I feel like this collective has experienced a lot of fake people, right? Like, people who pretend that they're offering you support, but truly it leaves you feeling more drained. And you're like, how is this productive? Right? It's like, it's almost easier for me to do it by myself than to have someone actively fucking it up, right? Whether they're doing it on purpose or not. Um, there's something about you, like, you learning to own your skill, your art, your expression, and being rooted in that, and knowing what it feels like to feel safe in your body. I'm seeing a lot of people doing their breath work, like noticing when your body doesn't feel safe, and stopping and taking a moment. One thing that I learned whenever I was first initiated as a shaman was these three intentful corrections, right? So you check your posture, right? Get your get your stuff all lined up. Make sure you aren't just like slumped over and all this stuff. Check your posture and check your thoughts. Are you which direction is this momentum building up? And check your breathing, right? So I see people doing this, whether you're aware that those are the three things that you're doing, you know, it allows you to take a moment and stop and like evaluate what the fuck, right? What am I feeling? What am I being triggered? Like, what am I being triggered? What, what, right? You just take a minute, and when you regulate, whenever you get your emotions to settle down and your mind to settle down and everything else, and you feel into your body what you're feeling unsafe, you're feeling afraid, right? And so then it allows you an opportunity to kind of discover what that is that's making you feel that. Is it an illusion? Yeah, more than likely, right? It's an illusion. And then you realize, like, okay, I am safe, right? And it's like I'm seeing a collective that has been doing this actively, consciously or unconsciously, for a while now, but I'm seeing a lot of people who are doing it like big time major, like big time major um, regulation. And so for some of you, I'm just seeing so many beautiful um, meetings, and even people from your past. I'm seeing like all these new versions of people that are aligning, who have the same resonance, right? You resonate, and there are people who truly understand what is support, right? And that was the whole thing, is like you have to experience what it isn't. It's like studying, right? You study what the fuck isn't support, right? What isn't love? And you know so well what it isn't, right? And this is such a like spiritual high ranking souls to come in here and not have it modeled to you, but to be able to pick up on the subtle differences um in the things that you have experienced, right? Like, it wasn't, I'm seeing a collective like this stuff wasn't modeled to you like up front and close, like in your home, in your like family, in your immediate environment. I'm seeing like it was modeled, you know out there, right? Like friends of friends, families of families, right? But you got little glimpses of what it was. And you're so brilliant, like seriously, to be able to sort and sift through what is and what isn't, right? So because of that, and because you've learned to regulate, you are aligning yourself with genuine support, right? With people that are like you, that genuinely understand that a team is so much powerful than an individual, right? Like, we didn't all come here to watch each other struggle, right? And be like, oh yeah, I'm actually really good at this, and but I'm not going to help you out, right? And they're over there and like, I'm actually really super good at this and I could use help from you, but I think I'd rather sit over here by myself and struggle, right? Like, no, two heads are better than one, and a whole team of people is better than an individual, so long as everyone's properly integrated and regulated, right? Like, the teams that are forming right now, the groups that are aligning right now, are like the top notch, like A team members, right? Like, you're aligning yourself with a team, with a group that you don't have to babysit, is what I'm hearing, right? Like, you don't have to babysit these people. How many of us have been in teams, been in families, been in dynamics where we feel like we are responsible and have to babysit everybody, right? No, imagine being in a team, being in a group where everyone knows their lane, everybody knows their frequency, everybody knows their gifts, their keys, their whatever, right? Has immaculate communication skills, right? Imagine. I'm sure you do, because it's becoming a reality. It wouldn't even be a thought, and it certainly wouldn't be a collective idea if it wasn't already becoming. It's a thing, and it's becoming. So, whoever you are, congratulations. You're amazing. You're beautiful. You're talented. You're wanted. You're needed. And you're so divinely protected. And I truly honor your walk, your experience, and I love you. And I know that you're aligning with very powerful and beautiful opportunities to fulfill your soul's desires within this incarnation. And I love you. You're amazing.